What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another episode of the Draft to Glory. Today, we're going to be entering another draft. I am live streaming this draft. I've got the chat covered up, so I'm going to try and make it not bother me. But even without me seeing the chat, I can feel them judging me. Anyway, if you guys want to watch me stream, twitch.tv/NepentheZ, link will be in the description below. I'm streaming every night right now. And if you guys are loving Draft to Glory, drop a thumbs up on the video. Try and smash over 5,000 likes for this one. We've got a pretty insane draft record at this stage. 24 entries, 80 wins, 10 losses. Pretty good. 14 wins in a row. Hopefully, we're going to make that 15 here today. And this is now going to be the second draft that we use where icons are available for me. So hopefully, we'll be able to use that well. We used a 4-2-3-1 wide. We actually won with this formation the other day. And we are going to start off with definitely Eden Hazard. I know it's not quite. I wish they actually put player of the month cards. We've talked about this a lot before. Putting special cards in draft would be amazing. And if they put player of the month Hazard in draft, I wouldn't even see a problem with that. Now, hopefully for our icons, I've only been seeing a few of the icons around. Figo, I don't know about Figo actually, but George Best is definitely one that's showing up. And then for our second pick, no Premier League players here. I've used Luis Suárez on the road to glory a fair old amount, and he is absolutely fantastic, especially with those finesse shots. 4-star weak foot, of course, 6 foot tall. So we will take him and try and build into a La Liga/Premier League hybrid team here. Moving into our cam spot. I mean, we could go Banega. Is Banega even half decent? 4-star weak foot. Good dribbling and passing. Terrible stamina. Raul Garcia, not so bad for stamina. Good reactions and ball control. His passing is not the greatest. Shooting's right. He's very slow. Or we could take Sigurdsson and get a soft link into Hazard. Or Sigurdsson's actually got good stats. Good stam. Well-rounded stats, apart from his agility and balance and his pace. High, 6'1", 4-star weak foot. Or we could take Fekir and hope that we could get a good sub to put in there instead. But we're going to take Fekir, actually, because if we can get like an Mbappe or even a Dembele, would be good out on this right-hand side. We don't get either of those things. We're going to have to take... These are terrible picks. We're going to have to take Joaquin. He's got a Hunter Chem style. He's got all right stats. He's got no stamina, so we'll be subbing him off. But he gives a soft link up into Hazard. Sorry, into Luis Suárez. Making it half all right. Oh, thank you very much, Kante. You are a saviour. Soft links into Fekir. Hard links into Eden Hazard. Perfect. Perfect CDM for us as well. Now give me an icon CDM. Let me really link this team together. We don't get it. We get Bakayoko with a shadow. That gets Fekir up to 7 chemistry as well. We could take Ducouré. He's not as good, especially with the artist chem style. Stepanenko doesn't work. Medel doesn't work. Kramer doesn't work. I'm going to go Bakayoko because he does have the shadow. And we've got a lot of really good links that we could put there. If we could get that second informed Lala. In fact, if we could get Lala and Mbappe, we'd have a really, really good French squad going. I might take all the French players that I see from this point onwards and try and get a full French squad because we've already got 3. Now, Odriozola's not a terrible card, and with that Spanish link would be good. He's got a Hunter, so he gets pace boost, but no defense boost. Semedo has the Sentinel one. Medium-high work rates as well. With the Sentinel, that's a good card. With that pace and those reactions, I think I'm going to take Semedo. Because if we do get Dembele, then we've got a good Barcelona link all the way down the right-hand side. And before we go for our centre-backs, we're going to go in and get our left-back. I will take Gael Clichy. Baines with an anchor, man. No, we're going to take the French players. If I can get all French players, we're going to try and build in as many French players as we can into this team and go for a France-themed draft. Although, Sidney works actually, doesn't he? Yeah, he links over on that right-hand side. It's not a bad card either, to be fair. He's got good defensive stats, real good strength, terrible pace, terrible reactions. He's pretty terrible. Who am I trying to kid to pretend like he's actually a good card here? And then last but not least, man, Stepanenko actually would have worked. We would have got a perfect link into Rakitsi there, who's not the most terrible defender in the world. He isn't that bad at all. I'm going to take Mustafi just because of the Premier League links that we've got. This team is a bit of a mismatch. We've got a long way to go. Hopefully we can pick up an icon or two. What is that for goalkeeper choices? Hopefully we can pick up an icon or two. We're going to have to go with Casilla. This is going to be a tough draft to win, man. We need a lot of really, really big picks here to make this the right draft. There's one big pick for us. Kylian Mbappe is going to be on that team in that right-hand side slot. We need that Lala, or specifically the second informed Lala. We need him a lot. Shaqiri's not bad. Diame is not bad either in at cam. Because he does link to Kante and Hazard. Not that it makes any difference. I think we'll take Shaqiri. We have got a lot of French players, though. How many are we up to now? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 5 French players in there. If we could get a full French-themed draft here, that'd be quite interesting. Stepanenko's there again. I'm definitely going to take Florenzi because he soft links into Bakayoko, which is great for Bakayoko if we can get like a Varane or something. So we'll take him, and this is a Champions League card with a Shadow Chem style as well. I know we lose chemistry on the centre-back, but I very much doubt he's going to be in our back line come the end of it. Whoa! This Fedal card is actually very good because he strong links to Sydney. Not that he is good himself. This is a tough one. It has given us a lot of the Real Betis players. We've got Firpo, who's not very good. I have him on my main account. Sanchez would be a good super sub, right? But we already have a great attack. Other than Suárez, who's just wildly off chemistry, Fekir, Mbappe, and Hazard are absolutely fantastic there. If I take this guy here, if I take Fedal, I'm essentially saying I'm happy with Fedal and Sydney to be my centre-backs. And I'm not happy at all with that. So I'm going to take Sanchez and believe in the picks. I'm going to believe that we're going to get better defenders. Hamsik is not a bad card. We're getting a lot of Champions League cards here, huh? Sané doesn't really work either. He'd be a good super sub, but Sanchez is already a sub. Asensio's not going to displace. We're going to take Hamsik there. He doesn't boost our chemistry at the moment, but we got some nice players there. Now, I'm going to pick the goalkeeper after I pick the defenders, just to know what we're working with. Come on, give me something good here. That is not what I was looking for. Radu with a shadow is actually okay. He would give Florenzi another link. He'd get Bakayoko to perfect chem. He's got decent defending stats, but he's terrible everywhere else. Cahill would also be another option. But then we would rely heavily on a Premier League goalkeeper. Although Cahill strong links to Kante. Although Kante already has chem. I'm going to take Cahill. I think it's going to be the best option once we get a Premier League goalkeeper. I think, oh, fantastic. This is much better. Now we take Davinson Sanchez. Look at these Champions League cards we've got, man. Davinson Sanchez is phenomenal. We could go for Valencia right back, but no, we're going to take Sanchez. We're going to pop Sanchez in. We now need a Premier League goalkeeper. No two ways about it. We're absolutely desperate. Look at that. That is phenomenal. Edison goes in. Happy days. Sanchez is going to be on 8 chem. Clichy's going to be on 8 chem. I could put Mustafi in at left back. It wouldn't give us a chem boost. I don't think I can get better chemistry with this team just yet. We've got enough Premier League players to be able to go a little more Premier League. If we could get a few more Prem players. What is with all of these Champions League cards? Now, Cuadrado is actually not a bad shout here. We could put Cuadrado at right mid, Hamsik at cam. Kante would still get the chem. Hamsik would get the same amount of chem as Fekir has. Cuadrado would get the same amount of chem as Mbappe does. And it wouldn't even change for Florenzi. Or we could take Fernandinho, who's very, very difficult to fit in because he doesn't link to anyone. I'm going to take Cuadrado, and we'll see about... It's the striker that's the problem. Like, Suárez is causing all sorts of problems up front there. Could take Kessie as well. He would actually give Bakayoko the perfect chemistry at cam, but obviously we're not going to be using him. I'll take him anyway. We've got 2 picks to go. I wouldn't mind another left back in that final... Oh, God, never mind. Just kidding. Right, this last pick is going to determine how good this draft is actually going to be, and it's not going to be very good. Abate doesn't really work. Danilo doesn't really work. Unless we put him at left back, in which case he wouldn't really work. It kind of fell apart a little bit at the end there. Did we get more chem? No, we don't even get more chem. We've only got 81 chem on this draft. I feel like I did the right thing in many regards. I think I took the right positions for a lot of this. I actually think the draft itself is pretty good. We've got a lot of decent players. The biggest problem we have is that we have Luis Suárez off chem up front. He's on 4 chem at the moment. Now, if he gets a manager chem, if we get the right manager, we can get him up to 5, then I'm happy. And we've got a very good bench. Cuadrado, Sánchez, and Hamšík are fantastic players to be able to bring on. The backline's good, not great. It's an all right draft. I don't know what I'd expect out of this draft. You know, if we could get 82, 81, literally one manager gives us 1 boost. If we get to like the 2nd or 3rd round with this draft, I'd be quite happy. It's not the best draft in the world. It's 86 rated, which is quite nice. We just was unable to get the chemistry very well at all. But that is a team, guys. Let's get into the gameplay. Okay, guys, as we get into the gameplay, the first opponent we'll come up against has got a pretty weak chemistry team, but nice and high rated there with some good players. Eden Hazard in form Mbappe, Depay in form Lacazette, some very good players up front there, of course. Kondogbia, Valencia in the back line as well, but the low chemistry and just the general poor well-roundedness of the team kind of made me hope that I'd be able to get a good win out of this game. And although my team as well isn't necessarily the best, we started off very, very well. Great passing move on the edge of the box there. Eden Hazard gets into a bit of space. I tried to find the space for the finesse shot, but I was tackled. Eventually, Hazard lays it through to Kante, back into Hazard. Bakayoko and Alexis Sánchez play the 1-2 on the edge of the box, and Sánchez fires that one home. So that put us 1-0 up, and then 10 minutes after the break, we get the ball with Davinson Sánchez, plays it into Kante. Kante down the left-hand side to Danilo, who we switched out into the left-back spot after starting him at right-back spot. A turnover possession in the midfield. Sánchez goes through, and then a perfectly well-timed, driven shot from the edge of the box fires that one home, and 2-0 is where this game finished. So a comfortable victory leading into the second round. And into the second round, guys, we come up against a very nice squad. Ronaldo, Neymar, Lehmann, Koulibaly, inform Alexandro. Okay, so, you know, Lucas Leiva's not ideal. Giuliano's not fantastic. Castillejo is not amazing. But it's not a bad team at all. A little low on chemistry down in the 90s. But generally speaking, you know, he had some superstars and then not a lot else. And we get a first goal here with Fekir, another driven shot from the top of the box after the La Croqueta past the goalkeeper to make it 1-0. And the goals kind of just kept flowing from there. Danilo down the left-hand side plays Alexis Sánchez in. This time we've got Alexis Sánchez out on the left-hand side. He cuts in with a stop and turn, gets to the edge of the box. Kante's there, does a running fake shot, cuts that across to Hazard. The ball bounces up off the defender, but Hazard with the timed shot there into the back of the net to make it 2-0. Eventually that soon became 3-0. Fekir goes in behind, keeper rushes out and chips the ball over to make it 3-0. I thought we was going to get a rage quit there, but we actually didn't. We end up making it 4, and Mbappe plays it through to Eden Hazard, who was just onside there. Hazard with the ball roll chop, almost gets taken down for a penalty, holds on with the stop and turn. Couple of passes later, and that is 4-0, and that soon became 5. Ball turned over again in the midfield section. Couple of passes later, and we get the ball to Alexis Sánchez. Fake shots, La Croquetas, gets a heel-to-heel flick, step over, stop and turn, another fake shot, a drag back to finish it off with a time finesse, and that is the goal of the game for me. Sensational goal from Alexis Sánchez, Ucl there, and we get a 5-0 rage quit, moving us on into the semi-final. So, you know, I said whilst I was building this draft, I'd kind of be happy with a semi-final performance or better. You know, actually second round or third round is what I said whilst building the draft, because my team isn't great, and it's one of those scenarios where if you come up against a good player with a good team, and this is a good team here, Best, Nedved, Inform, Depay, Vidal, the Fellaini Screamer card, which is actually very good, Van Dijk, Chilwell with a shadow, David De Gea and Valencia, John Stones. This is the team that I was genuinely worried about coming up against, because my team just isn't capable. So now the fact of the matter was, is this guy a good player or not? Because if he's a good player, we're in a lot of trouble. And sadly for me, he was a very good player. So we was in a tough game here. We eventually pulled it back to 1-1. You know, obviously I was streaming these games. I had to focus so hard, and I really did put everything I had into this game. And we were starting to get a few chances into the second half at 1-1. Lazy defending from me there, and Depay puts that one in the back of the net to make it 2-1. However, we soon got back into the game at 2-2 with 5 minutes or so left on the clock. Ball comes here to Suárez on as a sub. Suárez lasers that one home after already missing a few sitters. Into extra time, I give up silly possession. I try to let it run through my legs there, which I never really do. So, I'm playing a little bit silly here. Eventually, Depay gets a few good skill moves, hits the bar, and in stream, I said right here, his NepentheZ is going to win the header. I don't know why. There's just an issue in this game where the attacker will win the header in those situations 9 times out of 10. So he scores, but into injury time in extra time for the first half, and eventually Kante steps up, takes a shot, it takes a deflection and goes in for 3-3. And I really thought I'd have a chance here in this game, guys, but just after the stroke of half time here, he goes through him, NepentheZ. My Davinson Sanchez just has no stamina left at all. He cuts it back to Willian, who's fresh-legged and on as a sub, and Willian scores. And you'll see by the match stats here at the end, I have my chances. I actually played quite well. I think his goalkeeper made 10 saves to the 4 saves of my goalkeeper. But he was a quality player with a quality team. And when it came to it, I just didn't quite have enough in me to get a win in this game. Made a lot of mistakes in front of goal. I could comfortably have scored enough goals to win that game. But let myself down in that one. But that, guys, is going to be the end of the gameplay. Hopefully, we can still get some good packs and good rewards and turn this draft around. Let's go and find out. I will be right back. All right, guys, so we end up losing in the semi-final on this occasion. I had my chances in that game. That guy was a good player, and he had a considerably better team than me, especially with the icons going into the team as well. Obviously, we didn't draft very well this time around. We didn't really get the picks for the draft, to be fair. The chat, because obviously I'm streaming this right now, to me, after I got Luis Suárez as my captain, or the second pick, or whatever it was, because I took Hazard as captain, didn't I? So, yeah, picking the striker, I got Suárez. I didn't get another striker the entire draft. So I was kind of forced into a bit of a tough spot. But I ended up starting the team like this. We switched to this in-game, and I subbed Clichy off for Alexis Sánchez. First game, I played Alexis Sánchez as a striker. Second game, we had him like this. And third game, we had him like this. And into the semi-final, we went. And I did have a lot of chances in that game. I made mistakes in front of goal. I could have beaten that guy on another day, but his team was too strong. That NepentheZ header was a bit of a frustrating one, but that's FIFA for you. You're not gonna win all of those. So here we go into the semi-final, guys. As long as we don't get the terrible semi-final reward, there's one of them that's good. You can get a premium gold players pack and a gold players pack as the reward, or a jumbo premium gold pack and a premium gold pack. So this is the worst reward that you can get from draft. But let's see if we can still make any profit. So premium gold pack number 1. At least if we get boards, that would be decent enough. If we could get a walkout, obviously that'd be amazing. I very much doubt it though. So that's no boards because the gas was too thin. We get Lucas again. Lucas is not really the one for us due to the fact that he's only worth about 1,000 coins right now. Rafinha, Izzo, Pablo, these guys can go. I mean, this is a terrible pack. We maybe made like at a push 4K off of that pack at a push. So we're going to need, with about 2,500 match coins, we're going to need about 8,000 to 9,000 coins from this jumbo premium gold pack. Let us see if we get it. No board again. No board at all. No walkout. Wow. Not even a shiny gold player. We get Lichtsteiner in our 15K pack. So that's tough. We can only hope that we get a draft token or something else of any value at the back end of this pack. A couple of squad fitness cards aren't bad. We'll be able to sell those. That was bad, dudes. In terms of the rewards here, that was pretty tough. The gameplay, I played well, actually. Game 1 and 2, I absolutely battered those two guys. Just was unable to edge it in the semi-final to get to the final. But this, guys, is going to be the end of the video for now. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.